Good afternoon, crypto degens. How you doing this fine afternoon? I'm doing good myself. Bitcoin and crypto are down 2% this afternoon. As usual, not much has changed. Purple Frog here is up 4,600%. Wouldn't you have liked to buy that meme? Actually, it's like a meme plus AI. I don't know, some kind of nonsense. But man, that's insane. 4,602%. That's how you get rich, but you gotta be extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. Wendy O says SEC Chair Paul Atkins says it's the right time to bring crypto to 401ks. Sentiment at all-time low, but the future is bright. Hell yes, the future is bright. The future is very bright. Incredible stuff is happening. Just keep stocking up, man. Not financial advice. Keep stocking up because so many good things are happening. And it's just, the low sentiment is just absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't reflect the reality. So this is great times of great opportunity. Great opportunity. Lark Davis says why copper is about to explode, and he has a long article as to why. Apparently, with AI and everything, they're going to need more copper, and there's not enough copper. It takes a long time for a copper mine to actually develop copper. So copper seems like it's going to be in short supply, and silver too. Trump just celebrated the S&P 500 hitting an all-time high, but if you compare the actual price to gold, we can see that the U.S. dollar is actually collapsing. We all knew that already. Whenever the stock market goes up, hits new highs, it's not going up. It's just you're just more or less keeping the value of your money. You got to keep your money in some kind of asset, stock market, property, gold, silver, crypto if it's like a good one. To just hold the value of your assets, hold your wealth. You can't be holding cash, of course. CryptoZara says major crypto regulation vote tomorrow. The U.S. Senate is voting tomorrow at the committee level on the crypto market structure bill. Blah blah blah. The bill seeks long-awaited regulatory clarity. Yes, we already know this. And so, I don't know. They're just giving us news like, oh, it's gonna be voted on. Oh, they're making changes. Oh, it's gonna be voted on. Dude, just get it done, get it signed. Mr. Crypto Whale says Michael Saylor says his Bitcoin private keys will be destroyed after his death, calling it a pro rata gift to every BTC holder. No inheritance. Dude, I think the dude has no kids. I don't know. Does anyone know? Does Michael Saylor have kids? Oh man. If it was mine, I would give it to my kids. I would give it maybe some to my kids. If it was just way too much, maybe some to my kids, some to charity. But I wouldn't just burn it. I wouldn't burn it. Brian Armstrong, starting to invest early is more important than ever. Trump accounts as a great move to kickstart financial security and literacy for children. So yeah, Trump has an initiative that all newborns are going to get like $1,000 in what's called a Trump account, and it will be invested like in the markets. So if the kids never touch it or the parents never touch it, it can compound over the years and give the kids some good financial start. And that would be great also for kids to learn. There's no better way of learning but to actually have money growing and compounding and all that stuff. So this is a great move by Trump and the Trump administration. The Bitcoin therapist Jerome Powell says that every advanced economy and democracy in the world serves the people better when monetary policy isn't controlled by elected officials. And then he says, sounds like Bitcoin's not controlled. But yes, now we seem to be getting a lot of Bitcoin manipulation. So is it really not controlled now that the big boys are getting in? I don't know. And also the Fed is supposedly at least partially like a private organization. I started reading this book years ago. I didn't read the whole thing called the what was it called? Something on Jekyll Island, the monster of Jekyll Island or the creature of Jekyll Island or something, where they created the Fed. Like a bunch of rich people got together and they created the Fed. So I don't know how independent it is or if it really serves like a rich cabal. Don't know. Avalanche says 1 billion transactions on the C chain. Now I know Avalanche has 3 chains: C chain, P chain, and what's the other chain? And then when you put your money, in Avalanche, it's like you gotta send it from one chain to first. You gotta send it to one chain from the exchange, and then you gotta move it to another chain to get staking rewards. Total hassle. Anyways, so they're busy apparently. Lark Davis, gold just hit another all-time high of 5,598. Silver also up 25% in the past 7 days. You know, I'm selling some of my silver. I mean, I'm selling all the silver I have. I used to have a lot, and I sold it like an idiot, like some time ago, because I wanted money to kind of invest in something or recover an investment. And it was stupid. I would have made a lot of money if I still had my silver. But I have a little bit, and I'm selling it because, you know, just like crypto, you got to take profit. You know, I don't know if it's going to keep pumping to the high heaven. Maybe it will go to 200. Who knows? But, I mean, I bought it at around 20 or 15, and it's up to 100 euros. So, yeah, I'm just going to take the profit. Take the profit, and I'm going to invest it in something else. The Bitcoin therapist, Larry Fink, says, if you're frightened of the debasement of your currency, you should buy Bitcoin because the price is going to 700,000. Now, I don't know exactly where he got this figure, 700,000, but I like it. Sounds good. Cryptos are us. Peter Schiff, the dollar is going to collapse. The dollar is going to be replaced by gold. Bold take from the guy who's been yelling this since flip phones were cool. Yeah, Peter's been saying this nonstop forever. He was wrong about Bitcoin for many years, and he's still wrong about Bitcoin in my opinion, but he was telling people not to buy Bitcoin. He was telling people to buy gold. Gold didn't do anything for like 15, 20 years when he was telling people always to buy gold, not stop, buy gold, 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 gold. And if you had bought Bitcoin as opposed to gold, you would have made a fortune. If you had bought gold, well, now you're making money this last year. You're making good money this last year. But basically, he's been wrong. He was right about the financial crisis that came. Basically, you know, a broken clock is right twice a day or something like that. So he's a good economist, though, and he seems like a decent guy. Bull Theory says, warning by Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin says, if crypto becomes 100% speculation with no real use and people are only gambling, this industry will die. Well, yes, of course, but we're seeing it. We're seeing real world adoption, you know, for tokenized assets and finances. At least for that, we're seeing it. So it's happening. It's happening, and Ethereum is there. Ethereum is in the forefront. Wendy O, update. The White House to meet crypto and banking execs February 2nd, blah, 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 to discuss crypto market regulation. Thank you, Wendy. Bark, things aren't getting more expensive. Your money is just dying. Since they'll never stop printing money, prices will never stop rising. We've already said this a million times. You gotta buy assets. Gotta buy assets because your cash is trash. Just losing value. Man, Peter's starting to look old. Peter's getting up there. Stablecoins backing themselves with gold feels like crypto growing up. Tether is going to invest up to 15% of its portfolio into gold. That would be great. I mean, if stablecoins were backed by gold, that would be awesome. That would be the gold standard. The gold standard, but like it jumped from I don't know how long ago to straight into stablecoins. So also crypto backed by gold. It's probably gone to the moon by now, but that's a good one too. And Greg Crypto, and you wonder why I'm so bullish. All right, what are these dudes saying?
The average American family out there.
Well, Andrew, a lot of people are already exposed to crypto and other sorts of assets like that through their pension funds, and because they're managed by professional managers in those pension funds. So we're talking about the 401ks now where, we have to do things with respect to the different markets very carefully. We're focused right now on private securities, private equity funds and things like that, where, again, a lot of people are already exposed to those in their managed pension funds. And so we're looking to allow people to have access to those through a 401k, through the professional management of the what is allowed into their funds, their trustees that are looking after those funds. But yes, I think the time is right to go forward with that.
How do you think about crypto?
Stop. That was kind of long-winded. Dude talks slower than I do. Yeah, just saying that some people are already exposed to crypto in their pension fund. I'm guessing that's just Bitcoin or maybe a little bit Bitcoin and Ethereum. But yeah, I mean, we're just totally at the beginning. That's why it's important to buy the top coins also. Like we want to buy good utility alts that are super cheap right now, but we want to also keep buying the top coins because those are the coins that are going into the 401ks and the big boys, and the investment funds and all that stuff. 𝘃𝗏𝗏𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 nothing happening. Well, I've been posting for about 2.5 months in Spanish and for about 2 weeks in English. So just do the best I can. I mean, I think the news is important. Crypto news is important because you need to know what's going on. You also need to know, like, if there's hype going on, because a lot of projects go up based on hype or narratives, if there are certain narratives going on. So you have to follow the news. Like, I think the news is much more important than people putting up charts and stuff like that. So I think it's important to follow the news. Here we've got our gold investor on the left, our Bitcoin investor on the right. Yeah. And let's see if this page loads. It disappeared. There we go. Me deciding if I should take out a second mortgage and buy more Bitcoin before we go on a generational bull run. Yeah, actually, it's funny. In 2023, end of 2023, beginning of 2024, we started getting altcoins pumping up. And a friend of mine said, take out a mortgage on your house. Like, I've got a part of my house paid off. He's like, take out a loan against your house. And I'm like, yeah, my wife is never going to go for that. Even if I would be tempted to do it, it's not a good idea ever to do that, because you never know what the market's going to do. I mean, and what if, you put money in and it gets hacked also? It's never a good idea. And actually what happened after 3 months, that was it. We had a few months of price going up and then just completely crashed again. So if I had taken that money out and I had put it in then, I would have lost my money, or I would have lost a lot of it, and maybe I would have gotten it back. But then I would be really suffering, because I'm like, wow, I lost all this money that I got loaned to me. And now it's, any profit is profit. It's not me, borrowing money. So anyways, that's it. That's it for today. Crypto is cheap as hell. So, stock up, not financial advice. Every time it dips, I try to buy a little bit. I just think I just stay positive and take advantage, because when this market changes and some of these coins go up, we have an opportunity to make a lot of money.